What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Pose for the frame. I have to make that a thumbnail or something. But anyway, while I'm working on this client's credit restoration process, getting the letters together so I can send it out so she can get in position to qualify for the home that she desires and deserves to have. I just kind of wanted to shoot a video so I can maximize my time. Hopefully you don't mind me not looking at the camera 24/7 or throughout the whole video. And hopefully you don't mind me, talking as I'm working, because I just really want to get this message across. So as long as you can hear me clearly, then we all good. But basically, I want to talk about recovering from identity theft, because the last thing you want to do is not know what to do if it happened. And with identity theft being a crime that moves at a rapid pace, because you're dealing with people who are great with digital information and know what to do to act like they're you. You want to know what to do and how to respond to it. However, we definitely recommend staying protected by something that can make up for whatever funds that you may lose during that process, because sometimes people, definitely are out of pocket a nice amount, especially if they're not protected. And I give you access to something that, I think would be worth you having in your toolbox to protect yourself in the event of, or you may have been a victim of identity theft. And if that's the case, then you can directly relate to this. And you might not have known the steps to take in order to make sure you are protected. So that's what this video is all about. So that being said, and I'm looking and doing a couple of different things. So you might see me get close to the screen, you might see me step back, whatever the case may be. But I just want to talk to you about something that affects most people as it relates to their credit, as I'm helping someone else restore their credit so they can qualify for the home. So you understand. Hopefully I ain't gotta, break all that down. But anyway, one of the first things you want to do when identity fraud has been detected is you want to act fast. You want to act fast. You don't want to waste a lot of time as it relates to identity theft, because the longer you wait, the more or the larger effect that it can have on your credit, due to the fact that you just kind of give them more time to do more damage. So you don't want to take up too much time. You want to jump on it ASAP. So what should you do if someone steals your identity outside of active fast? You want to explain that someone has stolen your identity. And you want to do this to the entities that you know your identity was used on. So you want to explain that and ask them to close or freeze your accounts. That's really what you want to understand, because if it's closed or frozen, now it's in a position to where they can't just keep doing what they're already doing. Then you want to change the passwords on your personal, identification information, and your PIN number. You want to change all of your passwords on certain things that you think may be affected. But this is a site that many people don't know about, and maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you want to go to identitytheft.gov. That's identitytheft.gov. So on identitytheft.gov, you'll be asked a certain amount of questions pertaining to what you've experienced. So on identitytheft.gov, you go there, you answer those questions, and get a recovery plan that fits you. And everybody is different. So this is not a blanket statement of exactly how it will play out, because everybody's situation is different, and, in terms of how their identity has been jeopardized. But that's the purpose of having a plan that's set up exactly for you. So you'll be able to create an account. Okay, make sure this matches. Sorry about that. Told you I'm multitasking, but I'm giving value. So take notes as I'm talking, just in case you miss something. So you'll be able to create an account. And once you're able to create an account on their website, that account helps you with the recovery steps. So it's kind of step by step once you go to identitytheft.gov. And the account also helps you track your progress, because, that's the main thing. You want to be in the loop of what's all going on. And now that you have it reported there, it kind of systematically takes you through the order of operation that you need to go through, because most people are confused when it comes to that. Now, what happens when you get your recovery plan? Because like I said, it's going to line out a recovery plan for you. So the next thing you need to know is what happens after you get your recovery plan. Well, this is what happens. You want to call one of the credit bureaus, ask the credit bureau for an initial fraudulent, basically letting them know that the action has taken place. It's free and it lasts for 90 days. The fraud alert makes it harder for thieves to open accounts in your name. That credit bureau has to tell them the other two. So once you contact one, that credit bureau has to connect and tell the other two about the identity theft. So now it minimizes what you have to do, basically, in a nutshell. Then you can ask all three bureaus for a credit report. If someone has stole your identity, your credit report is free. Look at your credit report for things you do not recognize. Now, identity theft does affect your credit, which is why I'm talking about it here, because you want to see what's on your report, and it's a good chance there might be some things on there. And of course, if you're in communication with the credit bureaus, they can do a certain portion, but it may be some other things that you might want to learn how to do yourself, or you may need some assistance. And if you need assistance, I don't mind assisting, but you just got to know that that's the process that you have to go through. So as you're recovering, the question is, are you done after you do that, after you notify the people? And like I said, everybody's identity theft situation is different, but your recovery plan from identitytheft.gov will do these things. Number one, it'll tell you the steps that you need to take next. Number two, it'll tell you where to call and give you the phone numbers that you need to call. So it's still work that you have to do on your end. And it gives you letters to send with your information filled in. So it does certain things based on the questionnaire that you have already taken. It shows you what you need to do. And, kind of saves you some time just by you going through that process. And it gives you reminders and helps you track your progress. Because I know life is busy. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of distractions going on. And might need those reminders. So all of this happens for you simultaneously. And sometimes it's people who charge a fee to help you with your identity theft scenario. But these are some of the steps. And I might be digging in some pockets of some people who charge for this process. But if you go through this process, this will save you a buck. Or if you just say, you know what, I need assistance with it, I don't mind assisting you, but I also want to educate you and give you some game on some things you can do on your own in the event that it's happened to you, or if it's already happened and you just didn't know what steps you needed to take. This is just free game on things that you can understand how to do for yourself as it relates to restoring your credit. Because the last thing you want to do is let your credit be jeopardized because somebody decided they wanted to take your identity because they didn't like who they were. They don't like using their own identity because their identity is all jacked up. People do malicious things for crazy reasons, and I'm not here to talk about that. But they try to use someone else's identity. No, be you. That's the last thing you want to do is try to be someone else. But here it is that they've committed a crime and stole your identity. So now we got to clean it up. So don't feel hopeless. Don't feel like it's no hope. You have some steps and things that you can do. Hopefully you don't suffer too much, but share this with somebody who you feel may benefit. My apologies for multitasking, but I'm here to serve and here to help as many people as possible. Getting these letters out, and what better way than to get some letters out than to educate at the same time. Like I stated, if you need assistance with bettering your credit, I don't mind. We got a team of people who can assist you in that process. Or if you want to just learn the game on how to do it yourself, then, we also have a blueprint or step-by-step program that shows you exactly what you need to do in order to restore your credit. It's certain things that you won't learn that I'll be able to do just due to the fact that it's levels to understanding credit. And it will get you on track to, revolutionize your credit, to say the least. We've had people who use the step-by-step program done wondrous things. And we help people do it because some people just want to be hands-free and they want it done on their behalf. So that's what I'm here for. So hopefully that makes sense. If you're recovering from some type of identity theft, then those are the steps that you take. And just understand that the identitytheft.gov really streamlines the process and lets you know what you need to do. That's all I got for now. Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, signing out.